Hi, Flosstube. It's been a while. Yeah, well, if you clicked on this link, you know that I am Kim with Kim J Inspired. If you are new here, welcome. It's been 9 months and some time since I've done one of these. Yeah, 9 months. And it was April, I think. We've been very, very busy. We've been traveling. We've redecorated our whole living room. We're actually working on our entire apartment, working on redecorating. We have new furniture, new rugs, new curtains, new TV, new things. We're still working on the wall. So we've been doing a lot in the 9 months since I've not been taping floss tubes, but I've also been doing a lot of stitching. I'm not going to show you everything today. In fact, it's going to take me a while to kind of catch you up on everything. So I'll be showing you a few things today. And then I'm not sure how often I'm going to do these, but at least once a month. And on a Monday, during my lunch break. That's another big change I had. I now work full time. And I get a lunch break, or I could do these early in the morning. So I'll be taping these on Monday. So anyway, welcome. And like I said, if you want to subscribe, fine. If you just want to watch, fine. Or hit like. I'm just having some fun just doing these again. Sarah at Sarah Stitches, she's really kind of been, hey, you gonna do a floss tube? Hello, Sarah, I'm doing a floss tube. But if you probably already know this, because I may have told you by the time this goes up. So anyway, where have we been and what have we done? We've been a lot of places. And I've already made up my mind before I hit play that I'm just not going to go through a whole list of all the places we went since April. I'll just mention, I'm going to talk about one of the places we went to because there was a local needlework store and it was really, really cool. And we really enjoyed it. So I'll just mention that coming up and mention it's kind of weaving that in. We just returned from St. George Island, actually the whole Forgotten Coast of Florida, which includes Carabel, Apalachicola, and St. George Island. I can talk. That was a great trip. We usually try to go to the beaches in the off season just because it just works that way for us. There's less people. I can do more of my photography and all the things, all of the story gathering that I do. So, but this time when we went to St. George a couple of weeks ago, it was hot. And we just got to sit on the beach in December and really enjoy it. So, great little trip. If you follow us on Southern Places and Faces, you may have seen some of those pictures. We have a lot of stories coming out of that trip, including one about the bears, which you might want to go and check that one out. That was funny. I'm probably going to have to cross-stitch a bear in honor of that trip at some point. I have still been stitching, and I will take stitching on our trips, but I will be honest, I don't really get to stitch a lot, especially the trip that I'm going to talk to you about today, which was to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We were partnering up with a hotel group. We stayed at some wonderful places. One of the things was the hotel was so great, I slept well. And I'll actually link all of that below. We actually stayed at 2 hotels on Myrtle Beach back in October. And it was just a great experience. Wonderful people. And I loved it. And I fell in love with Myrtle Beach. Because of our schedule, I don't know when I'll get back there because sometimes it's hard for me to go to a place twice a year because there's so many places that I have to go. So, but that's how it goes. So let's talk about stitching. We've been 3 minutes into this. As I said, I've done a lot. I've had some finishes. I'm going to show you a few of those today. I'm doing Whip Go for 2022. I'll show you my Whip Go board for January. If I pull out all of those Whip Go projects, I think I have 15 because I'm repeating some. I don't know how many I have. But I may just do a video with just my Whip Go projects. And again, I don't know if I'm going to look at the camera right. If you guys watched me before, y'all know. If you're new here, I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. And yes, I talk with my hands. Anyway, so I have a few finishes. I'm going to show you. One of them I finished actually this morning. I didn't do a lot of Christmas stitching this year, which if you guys who watched me last year, gosh, I did a lot of ornaments, a lot of fully finished ornaments. The only thing that I fully finished, and I'm not going to show it today, the sampler of the month from Country Cottage Needleworks for December, I did finish. We have a new shelf. I said everything in this living room pretty much is new. And it was displayed over there. I finished January sampler of the month last year, and it's now displayed over there. So that was actually my last finish of the year, and I'm going to show you my first finish of the year in a bit. But I did finish this Freedom Ride from Stitching with the Housewives, and that is just not going to work. Oh, you got a real close-up of me. Let me put it on the back of this wonderful bag. So this is Freedom Ride. This is from Stitching with the Houseworks. I finished that over the Christmas season. I have no idea. I don't have a lot of time to finish, and I'm not doing a lot of fully finishing here lately. It's just been, like I said, I'd rather stitch sometimes than do full finishes. So that's kind of how it is. Also, while I've been absent from Flosstube, I actually finished my first Blackbird designs. This is a very small one, but I love it. I got it from this book, Autumn Winds. My best friend bought me this book for my birthday, for Christmas, I don't remember. But this book was a gift from my best friend. I actually finished the Autumn Bird, which is right here. And I stitched it on Ren. I used all the called for. And here it is. I am planning on having this professionally framed, I think, at some point. I've got some other things I want to take to the framers rather than me try to finish it and mess it up. Guys, if you were here last time, you know that I don't always iron my stuff, and I don't mind hoop marks. I'm just me. I'm just going to do it, just show you things. Now this, and I hope you could hear Velcro. Why? Because I decided not to open it. It had everything else open before. So this is from Heartstring Samplery. This is one that, the first one that came out last year. And I thought it was going to be my favorite, but I will tell you that there's some others that I like. So this is Amazing Grace. And I love this verse on it. It says, "'Twas grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home." I did this actually on earthen. I think it called for oaken, but I did use all the called for colors. It is a 32 count linen, and I love this. I've actually ordered some more of this because I love this. I finished it this morning. I actually already know what my next one is going to be, and I'm not going in the order that they came out. I think this one came out in November. This is, I try to get the glare off, Blessed Assurance. I love this. I've actually ordered the flosses. They came in the other day, and I am ready to start this. I'm not sure what fabric. I have several laid out. I will start this next Sunday. I usually try to stitch on these on Sunday. I got behind on this one. Sometimes Sundays were travel days and we were in the car and I really couldn't stitch. Or Sundays were days that I was spending time with my son and I couldn't stitch. And we were just trying to make all that time about family. So I really got behind on Sunday stitching. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, you know, in the next, we just don't know what's going to happen in the next few months. So that's just the way it is. Those are some of my finishes. There were more, and I will probably bring some out at a different video. So, as I said, I am doing Whip Go, and they called number 2 and number 19. This was my number 2, and you guys have seen this before. This is Peace on Earth. It is from Cottage Garden Samplings. You know, I never could say that. It's from Cottage Garden Samplings. And they did, actually, I'm going to see if okay. There were actually several ways you could do that. It could go. They also, I told you I'm always messy, guys. Just forgive me. This was another way that they did it. I actually chose to do mine. I just bought some of this even weave. It's 28 count even weave that I bought at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to use this Blackbird book again so you won't. So this is where I am. I wanted to stitch 4 nights on this, and what I finished was all of this snow. My best friend and I, we text each other about what we're stitching on, and I'm like, it's the everlasting snow. This is never going to end. I'm always going to be stitching snow. So all those white stitches, oh my goodness, that was a lot of white stitching. I think I'm going to have this finished this year. It's on my Whipco board one more time. And it's not, but so hopefully I'll have it finished. I'm probably going to try to work on it some. Again, ironically, what was number 19 on my Whipco board was my Prairie Schooler Santas. What I have decided to do is I think it's on my Whipco board twice. I really want to make some progress. I have a ton of Prairie Schooler Santas patterns, as a lot of us do. I want to get some of them stitched. So far, my grand total of stitching Prairie Schooler Santas is 1. I have 1 done, but I'm getting closer. So this one is the 2020 Prairie Schooler Santa. 2019 Prairie Schooler Santa. I think I was stitching this the last time I was doing videos. So what happened with this one, which is so funny, is I had to frog a lot. I actually made a mistake in that green, and I had to frog. I had everything done below there. This is where I am. I actually frogged all of that this weekend. I got the legs, the pants, I guess, the shoes done, and I've started to work on the sheep over here. I guess that's a sheep, yeah. Lamb, sheep, whatever it is. But I do like this one. I'm hoping to finish this one this month. I'm just not sure. But my goal on it was to stitch 8 hours on it, and unfortunately about 3 hours of that was frogging. So that was, I'm also working on some Valentine's projects. I have a really cute one ordered. It would be worth it for me to do a Flosstube next week. I have to show you what is coming in. You guys are going to remember this project from last year. This is from Little Stitch Girl. This is Loads of Love. I did not download. I have a color printer now. I don't know how to work it. We're working on that. So this is the black and white version, Loads of Love. And I am using the DMCs. I am not using the, and this is where I am. On that, I'm going to work on this tonight because there's football. Go Rams. I hope we all agree. Go Rams. Woohoo. So that is my Valentine's project. Now I have one more coming in, and I have one more here in the stack that Steve has kind of said. I'm going to show this to you. This is from Just Cross Stitch. And hold on, sorry. This is actually from this month's edition. And coffee is my Valentine. If you guys remember anything about Steve, he loves coffee. He actually requested that I do another project for him. It's going to take too long. So I'm going to work on this one too. But I will probably do the next one at another date. So, all right, we're going to get to the haul. And I'm actually going to talk to you a little bit about the trip and the trip to the local needlework store, which was amazing. But I wanted to tell you a funny story. This is also going to be on my whip code board. This is Hello Folks by Shannon Christine. So, funny story behind this. My best friend is not a lot like me. She doesn't have the trigger finger, and a lot of things in her carts all the time. So, when she says she wants to buy something, it has to really have impressed her. So she called me up one night and said, oh my gosh, I bought something, you have to see it. I bought these charts. And they were from Shannon Christine. Well, the funny thing is Sarah from Sarah Stitches, within the course of about 2 nights, she and I were talking on the phone. She's like, man, have you seen these designs from Shannon Christine? I'm stitching one of those. I'm like, it was meant to be for me to go to Shannon Christine's website and get this. So this is Hello Folks. It's on my whip code board because I put starts on my whip code board, and I don't know why I put it up, guys. No idea. But this will be a start on whip code. This is something I purchased. I'm actually going to use some antique white Ada that I've had for a while that I need to do something. I think it's going to be pretty on that. I don't stitch a lot on Ada anymore. I'm not opposed to it, but I just don't stitch a lot on it. So that's just kind of a sampling. There's a full finish. I did one full finish this summer. I did a lot of starts this summer. And I'll bring those out over time. We went to one more needlework store. I did quite a few orders. So yeah, I just haven't been doing Flosstube. We've been doing plenty. So we went to Myrtle Beach, and we went to Barefoot Needle Art. They have a show, and I actually realized that I don't have all of the charts that I purchased from them here, because I purchased quite a few. Actually, I think one of them got slipped. So anyway, I purchased quite a few charts, but I do have some that you're not going to be surprised that I purchased. I love that little store. So here's a funny story. So it rained a lot when we were in Myrtle Beach. This was a working trip. And we were gone. We did a whole South Carolina thing. We went to the state capitol, and then went to Myrtle Beach for 6 days, came back and did a little tour of a town called Aiken, which we've got more to do there. Aiken is a cute little town. If you like horses, guys, you have to go there. So you'll hear Steve. He's coughing from the other room. He is really tied up today, so you won't see him today. He's been really busy lately. So anyway, so we're in Myrtle Beach. So I'm like, hey, there's a cross-stitch store here. Well, it rained a lot, and there was one day where we didn't have a ton of stuff planned. So I said, we need to go find this cross-stitch store. We're going to go find it. So we did, and it is wonderful. It's called Barefoot Needle Art, and I really, really enjoyed my visit there, and I just can't even tell you. Amy and Memory are great. We just really enjoyed our time there. So I told Steve when we went in, I said, I don't really need anything. I said, I'm going to buy a chart, maybe some fabric. I don't, just don't convince me to buy anything. We go in there, and Steve keeps finding stuff. All the charts that I purchased, they are actually very talented designers. So all the charts that I purchased are from them. I joked that, oh, it's because I've bought all the other charts you have. It's not really. I just love their charts. So being that we were in South Carolina, this one I had to have, and this is the first thing I picked up. And this is, if you're from South Carolina or if you've just been to Myrtle Beach, and I hope that I might just take that out so you can see it better, because you got to see this. This is a really cute chart. I'm going to stitch this at some point as a memento of our trip. But this is called South Carolina. And I may switch some of the signs here. It says olive palms. It has Hilton Head, which actually we're going to be in Hilton Head hopefully next month. So it's just really cute. And I don't think she had the called for fabric, but I actually got, this is called Margarita. And it's some 18 count Aida. This is really pretty. It's very bright yellow. It's kind of showing up true to color here. So I bought that. So that is definitely one I'm going to do as a memento. We really loved Myrtle Beach. A little bit commercialized, but still so much fun. And we had a wonderful stay in our hotels. And it was just, we take so many, because I do this for a living, because I do travel writing, I don't like to pick my favorite trip or anything because it's like picking a favorite child, but I'll tell you, this is top 5. It was really top 5. We saw dolphins too. That was cool. Anyway, you want to see all these charts. So I actually I got this one because y'all know I like flamingos. And this is called Star Spangled Flamingo. I have no idea when I'm going to start that because I still have some patriotic stuff that I'm doing. That one was fun. And so, of course, I had to buy that one. And, of course, I had to buy this one, too, because it's also a flamingo. And this one, I've got the fabric for. I may start very soon. That was in my stash. Beauty and the Beach. This is all done in DMC. So, they have some really great charts. I wanted to buy a lot more. There's one that I bought I don't have down here with me because you guys know I live in a 2-story place. And I have to come up and down, and I just didn't. And then this is one that Steve put out. It's really, really pretty. It's got 2 little swans, it's little swans, ducks, flamingos. I don't know. It's got this really cute saying about it's not going to be easy, but it's kind of a lovey-dovey thing. And of course, my husband picked that out. But I like it. I actually have the flosses for this one, with the exception of one that they were out of. They have everything there. They have a lot of flosses, a lot of choices of fabrics, a lot of patterns. And one of the things I really enjoy about going to local needle art stores is they have models. And when you see the models, it sometimes inspires you to think, didn't really like that chart when I saw it, but when you see it stitched up, it's just a whole different thing. I also bought some of this fabric. I've been buying, if I do Aida, it's going to be 18 count. This is actually 14 count. This is a Fortnite fabric. The color name is Stately, and it's got an orange rust color to it. That's showing up true to color. I actually bought a pattern from them called About My Tribe. I forget the name of it. Please forgive me. I will show it. I will make sure to show that next week. And I'm probably going to do it on this. This is a really big piece of fabric, so I'll be able to use this for something else. But isn't this a pretty color? Love it. So, Myrtle Beach was a lot of fun. As I said, this was a part of what we do work-wise. We actually got to see dolphins, which I live in North Georgia, so most of our trips growing up as a child were to like Gatlinburg, places like that. We didn't really go to the beach much, so a lot of people were kind of like, oh, you saw dolphins, so what? And I'm like, oh my god, I saw dolphins. And for some reason, there's a picture that my husband has of me. My hair looks very dark. My hair looks, I don't dye my hair anymore. I haven't in years, but it looks a different color every day. But there's a video of me going, I saw dolphins, because I was so excited. Of course, my face didn't look so fat. But anyway, but that was a lot. That was a great trip. Myrtle Beach is, they have a needle, there's a lot of reasons to go. They have a needlework store. I know that Amy and Memory are doing some having some stitchers over to stitch. It's the beach. I've become a beach person, as I said. Steve and I have been to, oh gosh, I didn't want to count the beaches that we've been to, but we have been to two this year, and we're going back to, we have one scheduled hopefully for February, because I have a holiday in February from work that I could take a day. So yeah, so that was great. Guys, I'm not going to do a lot of giveaways because I don't get to the post office box a lot. My days are really tied up with work, except for I try to take an hour or 30 minutes or however much I can. I do try just to get away from work during the middle of the day and come down, take a lunch break, or go somewhere for lunch, because it just gives me the break from sitting at that desk all day long writing, which is, y'all know, that's what I do. So this one's going to be short. Yes, I have lots and lots more to show you. I have lots and lots of things that just, I did a lot of stuff. So I hope you come back and watch again. And I don't know, maybe next week, if not next week, definitely the week after. But as I said, I'm going to switch over to Monday nights. I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.